Okay, we got Mountain Valley spring water versus water tree from a water store. High alkaline, antioxidant, organic mineral water, right? Toxin-free, healthy water. Versus, this is a big one, guys, because this is a pretty expensive water, and they've been doing it since 1871. They've been selling people this water now. They even sell it to you with this green glass, which if you don't know, this green glass helps to reduce any breakdown or like effect from UV rays or anything like that to the water. So if you don't know, you can look into that, what can be done to water if, sun interacts with the water or through plastic and stuff like that. So that's why I'm always drinking out of these bottles that I get from the Chinese store. They actually sell this in wine. They sell plum wine in here, but I use it because it comes in this same green glass. But we're going to crack this seal and we're going to put it in. This is my tap water back here, not even maybe 2 minutes. So I'm going to pour this out and then we're going to put both of these in and see what it does. Okay, so I've got these glasses cleaned out, drying them really good to get that nasty tap water out of there. And we don't want anything messing with our experiment here. So, as I said, we're going to have on the left the Mountain Valley spring water. This seal has not been cracked. It is now cracked. This is Mountain Valley spring water versus the water tree, which if you don't know is a water store across the Houston area. I'm not sure if they are nationwide or not, but we're gonna test the water tree water, high antioxidant, high alkaline, organic mineral water versus Mountain Valley spring water in the electrolyzer. Let's go. Let's see what they're selling people for. Heck, I think this bottle cost almost $2. And I can get this water for $1.25 per gallon for the premium water. They sell the classic, which is still high alkaline. It's just like 7.5 to 8.5 versus the premium is 10.5 to 11.5 pH. No, I'm sorry, 9.5 to 10.5 pH. And that's $1.25 a gallon versus their classic is 75 cents per gallon, and it's just a little bit lower of a pH, mainly where most people want to be, around 8.5. And as we can already see, Mountain Valley is failing. I can tell you that just off of the bubble reaction I can see off of the anode, it's going to fail this test. It's going to produce a lot more visible toxin in the water over the healthy water. So that really sucks, guys, because this is a well-known company that's doing this since 1871. And one of my coworkers gave me this bottle because he drinks this water, and he was concerned after seeing some of my videos. He wanted to know if the water he's drinking is good or not. And this is supposedly coming from natural spring water in the Ouachita Mountains in the U.S. And that's not to say that the water isn't better than, what comes out of your fridge or what comes out of your tap. But I do see some grain forming. Let's get some light on this so we can see a little bit better. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the video. Yeah. It's not the worst I've tested. I see some green in there, and it is forming quite a bit of brown, dark brown. Like By the time you're done, after about 5 minutes or so, seeing a tinge of yellow like you're gonna see over on the right from this water is okay, but this super dark, like goldish brown, is starting to be like a bad thing. If it starts to get so dark that it turns green, then it's just not that great. But so far, I mean, I thought it was gonna be worse than what it's doing, but it actually doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. Let's get in closer. I'm gonna sit these behind and we're gonna get in closer so you guys can get a closer look at what's going on. You can see on the right, like the bubbles aren't that reactive versus, especially when I first started it, you could just see, because you could actually still see through the water, like you can right now on the right, you can see through the water. That over here on the left, when I first started, when you could see through the water, the bubbles on the anode were violently going off. So I already knew it was gonna get very cloudy quickly. And that right there shows you. Now, do understand that this is natural water that comes out of the ground, supposedly. I'm not saying it isn't, it probably is, but you need to understand that natural water that comes out of the ground can have contaminants naturally from the earth. The earth has contaminants in the water, right? Like water that comes out of a spring, just because it came out of the spring doesn't mean it's ready to be drinking. It's ready to be drank. Or how would you say that? Yeah, drink. Now, that's when you're a water snob and you're trying to just drink like the most healthy water you can possibly drink. Is this water okay to drink? Sure. Look at it. It's not that bad. I mean, it's getting a little bit of a flaky thing going on in there. But let me get out of this tripod. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. You see that? Clear. And you see that. That. I don't know. You be the judge. It's not the worst. It's not the worst so far that I've seen. I can say that. Like, it's not so bad that I wouldn't drink it. I'll say that. Now, knowing that I can get this for $1.25, this is premium. I can get classic for 75 cents a gallon. This thing right here cost almost $2, just this bottle, if you buy it in a store, like a grocery store or a gas station or something like that. This costs almost $2 or more, depending on where you get it. Why would you pay that when you can get a whole gallon of this in this form, like this, for only 75 cents a gallon? 75 cents a gallon. I mean, the one that I have, they're premium, so they're $1.25 a gallon. But you can, if you don't want to get the premium, the classic is still gonna come out like this. It's just gonna have a little bit lower of a pH. But if you're trying to get rid of toxins and stuff in your body, you want that higher pH. All right. Now look what it's doing. It's now turning a cloudy white haze to it. Can you see that? It's hard to show it. It's almost like the yellow is starting to go away and it's starting to get like a more of a cloudiness to it. If you got white, then that can be lead, zinc, calcium, magnesium, asbestos, mercury, any of those, 5 to 6 things. But usually this yellow that you see in both of them, that's okay. That's just usually trace elements or organic minerals. Dissolved oxygen is not a big deal. Obviously, oxygen is in water. But what are these brown things just floating around in here, guys? Is that like bacteria or no? Because bacteria would be blue. It says bacteria is usually blue. Viruses are blue. Fertilizers, detergents, pesticides, aluminum. But there's clearly some stuff floating around in this water. Look at that. That's crazy, dude. And don't think that just because I have this a certain way, it's causing this to happen. No, I'll even flip it around for you right now and put this one over here and that one over there. I just flipped this around and it's still on. It's still gonna keep doing what it's doing. You see the difference? You see the difference in the bubbles? Look at the difference in the bubbles. Like, you can see that. There's a violent reaction going off over here, and this is copacetic over here. It's just chilling. It's chilling. So that's what's in the water, guys. If you get natural Mountain Valley spring water, you get this. There is some rust in there, it looks like, but not like when I do my tap water. But it is to the point that now, after seeing it for a little longer, about 5 minutes to 10 minutes, I am not, no. I even see the white. I see white. And white is bad. White is bad. But those things can be from the ground. Lead, mercury, zinc, calcium, all those kinds of things. They can be from the ground. Don't think just because water's coming from a spring in the ground that it's good, that it's Gucci. It is not. Now, obviously our bodies are trained to filter out these things, but if you know you can give it the best, why not do that? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So there you guys have it. That is Mountain Valley versus Water Tree. I'm out.